Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech. Today we're talking about the massive gap between the incredible future technology promises us and, well, the often messy, super complicated reality we're actually living in.
So let's start with the pitch, right? The dream. It's this vision of a seamless, intelligent future that the tech industry is selling us every single day. We're talking helpful robots, brilliant AI, and devices that know what we want before we do.
And this whole promised future, it really boils down to two things: revolutionary new hardware and the super powerful AI that runs on it. The goal? For all of it to just work perfectly, all the time.
First, let's look at the hardware. Our devices are apparently getting a once-in-a-generation overhaul. Get this, Apple is reportedly planning 3 straight years of major iPhone redesigns. We're starting with a new super thin iPhone Air, then their very first foldable iPhone in 2026, and a totally new 20th anniversary model in 2027.
And of course, it's not just Apple, Google's going all in too. Their new Pixel 10 lineup is built entirely around their new Tensor G5 chip, which is all about pushing AI features. I mean, think about generative photo editing that can swap faces in a group shot, or even a built-in camera coach to help you take better pictures.
But this whole promise, it goes way beyond just the phone in your pocket. AI and robotics are set to completely transform our workplaces. We're talking humanoid robots on factory floors, AI assistants that can write complex code, and get this, even corporate mandates where engineers are getting fired if they don't use the new AI tools. The message is pretty clear. The future is smart, it's automated, and it's happening now. Okay, so that's the shiny, polished vision. But let's dive into the reality for a second, because behind that perfect picture, things are often flawed, fallible, and honestly, sometimes just plain silly. You know, the cracks in the system, they start to show up in these small, almost funny ways, like when Google's big flagship AI overview feature, a huge part of its search experience now, started tripping over a really simple math question. And this just perfectly captures the contradiction, doesn't it? On one hand, AI is sold to us as this near-magical brain that can pass medical exams and write code. But on the other, it can fail at basic arithmetic a third grader could ace. Sometimes it insists 1995 was 29 years ago, or even better, that it was both 29 and 30 years ago. It's confidently wrong. And just so we're clear, this isn't a one-off fluke. It's a whole pattern of what you could call confident incompetence. We've seen AIs just invent definitions for things, get basic NFL rules wrong, and glitch out during simple coding demos. The problem is so widespread that even Apple is reportedly thinking about using a rival's AI to power the next version of Siri. And these glitches, they're starting to escalate from just funny mistakes into really serious concerns. Some experts are even warning that certain design choices, like training AIs to be super agreeable no matter what, might be fueling what they call AI psychosis, where these systems literally start to lose their grip on reality. And the glitches aren't just technical bugs in the code. Oh no. They're also the messy, high-stakes corporate brawls being fought to control this whole new landscape. For instance, Elon Musk's company, xAI, is suing Apple and OpenAI. They claim that the partnership to put ChatGPT on the iPhone is an illegal monopoly meant to shut everybody else out. So this all leads to a much bigger question, right? Let's just pretend for a second that all the tech worked perfectly. Is this relentless march towards convenience something we actually want?
We're starting to see some real pushback. Critics are arguing that by trying to optimize and simplify every little part of our lives, tech might be accidentally draining the meaning out of core human experiences. The argument is that sometimes the struggle is the whole point. Journaling is a perfect example. AI can make it easier with prompts and summaries of your own thoughts. But that removes the very effort, wrestling with that blank page, rereading your own words, that actually makes it so valuable for critical thinking and self-discovery. So you trade meaning for convenience. Is that a good trade?
This has inspired a totally different way of thinking about tech, one that doesn't just automate human effort away, but actually helps it along. Take an app like Shutter Declutter. It won't automatically delete your photos. Instead, it just nudges you, saying, hey, look at your photos from this day a few years ago, and lets you decide. It assists you, it doesn't replace you.
Okay, and that brings us to the final, and maybe the most critical piece of this whole puzzle, the unseen price we're paying for this promised future, because none of this technology just magically appears.
To build all of these incredible devices, the new ultra-thin phones, the humanoid robots, those massive AI data centers, we need a gigantic supply of very specific raw materials. We're talking about things like nickel, cobalt, and copper.
And a controversial new frontier for getting those materials is the deep sea, an environment we literally know less about than the surface of the moon. Companies are proposing we start harvesting these mineral-rich chunks called polymetallic nodules right off the ocean floor.
And as you can imagine, this has sparked a massive debate. On one side, you have people saying it's necessary to secure our battery supply chains, and that it might even be better than mining on land. But on the other side, scientists are warning about irreversible harm to ecosystems we haven't even discovered yet, creating unpredictable effects that could ripple through the entire ocean.
So this is really the bottom line, isn't it? As we race toward this future of seamless convenience and intelligent everything, we have to ask, what are we willing to sacrifice to get there? Is a perfect, automated life worth risking what some are calling the common heritage of humankind, the very last untouched frontier on our planet?
If you enjoyed the episode, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.